certainly that's one way of getting to Headingley in the team coach, and as you can see the players coming off the coach now, all the officials, and we're hoping in a moment to get a word with the Wigan coach, Graham Lowe. We're about just over an hour before the kick-off here at Headingley, and that's the sort of preparation time which is needed for these professional players. We've got a lot of people obviously surrounding the coach, and everybody after the autographs of people like Ellery Hanley, all the great players in the Wigan side. Well, Graham, obviously another hard game again today over to Yorkshire.
Yeah, it certainly is, and you know, we've had more than our share of injuries again, Alan, but you know, we've got young guys in there that have been performing. I'm confident that they'll give their best, and you know, hopefully if we get to bounce the ball a bit of luck, we might be able to surprise everyone as well.
Well, good luck in the game. But any news about the boys in New Zealand who are over there?
I spoke to Kevin Iro this morning. The four of them are very disappointed because they've had their behind kicked by the Australians, but they're all good except for Kevin, who's got a corked thigh. So at this stage it looks like he won't be right for Wednesday night, but apart from that I think it's just their pride that's dented.
And the Wigan team today still hit by several injuries, and of course the 4 New Zealanders still out there having played against Australia, so we've got quite a few changes, some positional and some enforced by injury. Sean Edwards, as you can see, goes to full-back, that's perhaps the biggest change, and Ellery Hanley comes in at number 6. In the front row we've got Ian Lucas and Brian Case replacing the injured players, and of course Andy Platt comes in at loose forward for the flu victim Andy Goodway. On the lead side, star-studded with Australians and Mark Brooke-Cowden, the New Zealander, we've got Ettinghausen, Cliff Lyons at number 6, and Sam Bacco, that powerful prop forward, an Aussie, number 8. David Stevenson, ex-Wigan player in the centre, partners Gary Schofield, and that's an international partnership, so Wigan have got it all to play for here today. Referee Robin Whitfield there limbering up before the start of the game as Leeds are going to kick off into the wind here. Sean Edwards having won the toss for Wigan, and there we go, Gary Schofield kicking off to get this game in motion. Tremendous atmosphere here, large crowd, Leeds full of international stars, and they've certainly been pulling the crowds in this season, averaging 11,500 as Wigan drive the ball out from their own 25-yard line using those powerful forwards, but Leeds very quickly up in defence here, and that's going to be the start of the game. A lot of eager defence as Gregory aims downfield, but Spencer should have no problem with that one. So Wigan, if anything, having the win behind them in this first half, taking advantage of it. And Stevenson gets into the play early on. The 3 quarters taking the pressure off the pack as they reposition after that deep kick from Gadbury. Leeds without Lee Crooks, their international forward, but are able to have Sam Bacco and Hugh Waddell in. And there's Bacco showing his strength. A good tackling from Martin Dermott and Ian Gildart. Heron, one of the masterminds in the Leeds pack, he is a dictator of play, a loose forward of the Harry Pinner type, distributor, organiser of play. Schofield comes in for the kick, and David Marshall getting his chance to play on first in rugby, but both sides very quickly up after the kick, following it up. So although without many of their stars, Wigan have got a nucleus, particularly at half-back, the 2 international half-backs there, and with Edwards at the back, they've got certainly some attacking flair in their 3-quarter line. Leeds only just beating Hull in the semi-final of the Yorkshire Cup, having lost to them, of course, in the league match a few weeks previously. And again, a fine kick from Gregory. He's pushed Leeds into their own 25. And the kicking game on both sides, quite effective. Both have got some very good kickers, but perhaps a little bit eager in defence there, Wigan, as Mr. Whitfield. In fact, he's given the penalty to Wigan, so Leeds offside at the play of the ball. and that's going to be an early chance for Andy Gregory, looks like, to convert that penalty into points. So with all the injuries that Graham Lowe and Wigan have had during the past few weeks, it's meant there's been almost a continual change of kicker, which isn't allowing anything for consistency. And here we've got Andy Gregory attempting to kick this one about 30 yards out, 10 yards in from this left-hand touchline. And that looks good, but just goes wide of the post. It touches Powell's hand. That's going to be a drop out from under the post. A mistake there by the international second row forward. He could have certainly let that go, and that would have been a drop out on the 25. But in fact, it's a drop out under the post, so 25 yards advantage as that drop out reaches Platt. And we've got Wigan in attack on this 25. Gregory showing some pace, tries to go outside Lyons. Lyons effective in the tackle. Strong Leeds pack. We're going to take some difficulty in making some penetration, but Wigan working the moves, working the overlap. That's a good ball out there, but a little bit low. Unfortunately, the overlap was there, the run around, and then the missed pass, but unfortunately just going down on the floor there. So we're going to see the first scrum of the game. It'll be Ray Ashton, the former Oldham scrum half, to feed the scrum, and that's popped out on the Wigan side, so that's one against the head. Attempting to flick it back there. All Gregory did was allow Ashton to come on the ball. Good cover from the back two there. Dennis Betts and Andy Platt getting out of that scrum quickly. As Waddell offloads in the tackle. Hugh Waddell, good strong forward, able to get that ball away in the tackle, and Leeds putting the pressure on now as Mark Brook-Cowden, who's had quite a heavy baptism in the game, coming from Rugby Union, New Zealand international forward. And Schofield well met by Ellery Hanley and by Martin Dermott. Gary Schofield, international centre, and that's well picked up by Mark Preston, and Preston certainly got pace, got a long way to go, and he's outside Heron but just run in a touch, and really that's bad play by the winger. It's almost a cardinal sin to go into touch. He tried to go outside Heron. Heron just managed to get the cover tackle in, but Preston it was who went into touch, so a chance again for Leeds. Dermott it was who got the last strike against the head, and not quite so this time. Ettinghausen's got pace and strength, but Edwards and Byrne wrapping up the Australian winger as he tried to cut through that three-quarter line. So Leeds piling on the pressure here on the Wigan 25. Wigan will need to defend well here as Waddell breaks the tackle of Betts, but good cover from Hanley and from Richard Russell. Plenty of men on overlap on this right-hand side. Stevenson comes inside, and Stevenson may well score. Gets the ball to Schofield, and Schofield is over when it looked as if the overlap was on the right-hand side. Stephen cut back inside. He seemed to be tackled by Edwards, but was strong enough to stay up in the tackle and plop the ball down to Schofield. And Gary Schofield has scored for Leeds at opening their account after just 6 minutes play here at Headingley. Well, that's Keith Mills coming onto field, the physiotherapist, and Robin Whitfield having word and saying to Keith Mills, I want you off the field. In fact, Preston is coming off the field, and Keith Mills is going to give him some treatment. I think referee Whitfield thought there may well have been some coaching there. from the side. Perhaps a message being sent on, and of course that isn't allowed in rugby league. But it looks as if there was certainly some cause for Keith Mills to come on the field, because Preston in fact is being led off the field as Stevenson attempts this goal kick for Leeds. Right footed, he's hit that one, but he's pulled it wide of that left hand post. As you can see, the ball curling away, so Leeds still in the lead by 4 points to nil. Andy Gregory kicks off, restarting the game for Wigan. Kicks deep to that Leeds right hand side, and it's well picked up by Eddinghausen. That ball bounced awkwardly. Strong and pacey international winger Andrew Eddinghausen. And there's another strong forward, Roy Powell, one of the tourists last year down under. In fact, this team littered with international stars, but in the words of Mallory, they're not quite hitting their best form yet. They're still getting it together. And good defence from Wigan certainly will upset any plans that they have. As Lyons, the number 6, tries the ball downfield. The first touch for Edwards, and Edwards drives the ball back, but that's straight down Gary Spencer's throat, and Spencer tries to run the ball out, but the ball and play back on the Wigan 25, or the Leeds 25. Wigan doing the pressing, keeping Leeds back. Good defence there from Ellery Handley and Richard Russell. Hugh Waddell driving close to the ruck most of the time, and always looking to offload the ball. And there's another one back, who'll keep offloading the ball. A very strong forward, and this sets up the overlap on the right hand side for Leeds. Gregory meets Brooke Cowden and seems to have hurt himself in the process. And a deep kick there as Preston goes back, picks the ball up, but this time stays in field. So Wigan with a hobbling Andy Gregory, as Jed Byrne runs across field and tries to straighten up there with the men outside on that right hand side, but unable to get the pass in. But brave play and adventurous play from particularly Byrne there, as Edwards tries desperately to get away from Leeds' clutches. But Leeds now having reassembled their defence. Wigan will have to go through the ploys on the third tackle, and a chance for another deep kick. This time as Gregory jinks past Brooke Cowden. It gets caught up on the inside. So although the Wigan players were ready to go down the field, Gregory was caught, and it's up to Edwards to clear the line. And again, Spencer picks the ball up cleanly, but Wigan up quickly in defence. Case and Platt and Lucas in that tackle there on Waddell, as Bacco takes the play forward. Dermot going low and Case going high, effectively making the tackle. Byrne in to help as well. Well, certainly the power of the Leeds side showing already. They burst through one or two tackles from the Wigan defence. Waddell has burst through that one very well up from Martin Dermot. Good spotting in defence there, and although Waddell probably about twice the size of Dermot, he managed to get away and then put pressure again on Schofield's kick. So good work from the young hooker there, first of all in making the tackle on Waddell, and then putting pressure on Schofield for that kick. Wigan in possession in Leeds half for the first time. Nobody running onto the ball. Gregory obviously looking to miss somebody out. Sends out the long ball. But nobody running onto it. So So not anticipating the move at all, outside, wide out. Lucas and Bacco having a little word with one another. Robin Whitfield, the referee, allowing play on there as Ashton seemed to feed that scrum. Some attacking play from Leeds here as Spencer comes into the line. Wide passing from the Leeds backs, and Spencer in wide out. And certainly Wigan will have all the work cut out to keep close to this Leeds side. They seem to have all the attacking ploys at the moment, creating lots of overlaps. And Schofield steps inside Case, but Dermot again, ever aware, ever watchful, on hand to make the tackle. Power wouldn't welcome that reception from Andy Platt as he took the runaround ball. And Bacco down to earth as well. So some good defence from Wigan here at the moment, keeping Leeds at bay. As Gunn tries to drive the ball into touch, and that's going to be a knock on and a scrum down there. David Marshall unable to gather that awkward bouncing ball there on the right wing. So Mr. Whitfield indicating Leeds possession, and certainly they got one or two moves organised from the base of the scrum. Cliff Lyons, the number 6, a good feed from Ashton. Ashton working the move with Lyons, but Lyons tries to run outside handed, brings it high Stevenson. Stevenson strong, but quickly up from the scrum. Good defence from Wigan there as Stevenson came inside. But plenty of men outside on this side. Waddell tried to dig back inside and Hanley equal to it, but he managed to get the ball out. Still an overlap on this side. Heron creating. Schofield looking. Schofield dummying. And Schofield scoring. Well, the overlap was on this right hand side. The ball came to Schofield, and Schofield sold the dummy and virtually walked over behind the post. 8-0 to Leeds. Andy Platt there walking back, referee Whitfield having had a word with him, taking quite a lengthy time to discuss something with him off the ball, as David Stevenson lines up this kick just wide with his first attempt to the left hand side of the post. This would put Leeds 10 points ahead after just 15 minutes play here. Stevenson it is then, right-footed, kicked a lot of goals for Wigan. And this time he's got it right for Leeds, and that's 10 points to 0. That successful conversion from David Stevenson. Andy Gregory placing the ball down then to restart once again for Wigan, and certainly Wigan have to pick their game up a bit defensively. They've been one or two holes wide out. The strength of the Leeds players showing, offloading the ball in the tackle on one or two occasions. And there's one of them now, Hugh Waddell, showing power and strength. 4 Wigan players it's taken to get Waddell down to the ground. And there's another one back. He goes through the first attempt and manages to get rid of the ball in the tackle. And again, Dermot gets back there, makes the trip tackle, gets up quickly on his feet and smothers Spencer. Dermot again working hard. There he's setting the example to the Wigan side in work rate. This Leeds in the form of Gibson. Carl Gibson, a very elusive player on that left wing for Leeds. Lyons at 6, one of the creators, sends a long ball out there, but that has knocked on. Mr. Whitfield has seen it. So from the scrum, Wigan winning possession, and Edwards coming in to take the pass from Gregory, but just tackled. So the play going to the right hand side now as Gregory calls the tune. The Case offloading the ball to Ellery Hanley. Ellery Hanley is going to score in the corner. A marvellous try from Hanley. It was Gregory who wanted the ball on the right hand side. Instead it went to Case, and then who popped up outside none other than the Great Britain captain Ellery Hanley, and he powered through that Leeds defence to score on that right-hand corner. That surely is a tonic for the Wigan side. Leeds winning now by 10 points to 4, and we've had just 19 minutes play. As Andy Gregory lines the kick up on that right-hand side, Hanley getting generous applause for scoring the try from the crowd. So this is going to be a difficult kick for Gregory. The wind, if anything, just slightly behind him. And the Leeds crowd whistling as Gregory attempts. That's high enough, certainly. It looks to have gone. It is, it's over. A fabulous kick from the powerhouse scrum half there. That's brought another 2 points back, so Wigan back into this game at 10 points to 6 in Leeds' favour. Schofield kicking off, rather flat-footed as the ball goes to Dennis Betts. Dennis Betts, one of the promising youngsters from the Alliance team that Graham Lowe's had to bring into the side, giving him first team experience. And there's one who's been through the mill, Martin Dermott, played quite a lot of first team games for Wigan as hooker, but still only a young player. Gregory caught there, but Dermott in position, and Dermott himself showing the skill of a halfback as he kicks the ball downfield. Gibson's strong, but not as strong as Hanley and Marshall combined, and has to take the tackle. Line setting it up on the left-hand side. Stevenson comes off his left foot, running down that left-hand touchline, finds Gibson his side, and Hanley makes off the cover tackle. Great play from Stevenson, but good cover from Hanley. But too good, says Mr. Robin Whitfield. Hanley not allowing Gibson to play the ball. That's going to be a penalty. Leeds take the quick tap. They had this overlap on the right hand side. That's why Hanley probably delayed letting him go. Schofield takes that ball inside and showing acceleration into the gap there. The hallmark of a class player. The timing of that run. Byrne bringing Brooke Cowden down, helped by Edwards. As Leeds hammer away against this Wigan line. This is a test of Wigan's character now, having fought back to 10-6. Can they keep Leeds out? This very difficult area here. As Bacco tries to take the ball on the burst, the ball goes down to the floor, and referee Robin Whitfield's going to give a scrum down, and may well be Wigan's ball. It is. It was Bacco who knocked on first of all. So that's going to be a scrum down, and Gregory is going to feed the scrummage. Wins it well, and Platt it is who takes the ball away. Wigan adventurous in their own 25, moving the ball away from the scrum. It's been the hallmark of one or two of the games that they've played just recently, that they've tried to move the ball wide on as often as they can. And here's another example as Gregory finds Byrne. Burns tries to go outside Schofield, but Schofield too good in defence for that. Case shrugs off Schofield, brings inside to Byrne, but Schofield gets back. So a good bit of interplay by Wigan, but good defence again from Leeds. This time Gregory it is who kicks downfield. Gildart's up with Lucas and Mark Preston. And Platt, Andy and Gildart make the tackle. So Wigan having come out of their own 25s after Leeds had put some sustained pressure on them, and now Leeds trying to get back into this Wigan half. They've got possession on the third tackle now, but a shortage of players outside here for Leeds. Leeds not particularly organised at the moment, and the Wigan defence certainly frustrating them as Powell tries to make a solitary attempt. So a poor set of plays for Leeds there, but good defence from Wigan, and Leeds having to resort to the kick from Lyons as Preston comes across field and again tries to get outside Schofield and Ettinghausen. Schofield makes the tackle. Gregory dictating play here, telling the forwards where he wants them to go. He's the mastermind behind a lot of Wigan moves, and Hanley it is coming in on that short side as we go for the kick. Gregory again, right-footed, spiral kick, finds Spencer impeccably positioned, steps inside Byrne, but Lucas Case comes up and makes the tackle. So certainly after that whirlwind start, we've well into this first half now, almost 25 minutes gone, and Leeds showing that they've got power and they've got skill and ability, but Wigan clinging on here, just 4 points down as Gibson tries to go midfield. He's strong, looking for support, keeps the ball playing. There's Wood going on to Brooke Cowden, but Grann gets rid of it to Ashton. There's still a chance for Leeds. It's going to be good defence. Schofield again tries to come inside, but Hanley's there. We're on the last tackle now. As Lyons tries to find Stevenson. Stevenson takes the tackle, not going anywhere, throws the ball away, picked up by Preston. And Stevenson trying desperately to get rid of the ball in that tackle, and Preston it is who seems to be injured. Referee Whitfield wanting the play to go on, so tells Hanley to play the ball. Hanley does. Byrne comes across field but can't get outside Bacco. Well, this is a difficult situation for Wigan now as captain Sean Edwards tries to break away from acting halfback. Gregory tries to dummy. Brooke Cowden equal to it though, and Bacco finishes it off. Well, that ball went backwards, in fact, says Mr. Whitfield, so we're on the fourth tackle here. Wigan have made about 20 yards and Gregory's going to kick now. Spencer lying very deep for Leeds, but that one beats him as Wigan come up in this blanket defence. Gildart and Platt making the tackle. And certainly if Wigan can keep frustrating this Leeds side, as they have done in that particular situation, and they're certainly in with a chance in this game, despite the fact that they've got 9 international players not playing today. Richard Gunn, the hooker, distributing the ball there. Normally a loose forward, but with the injury to Maskell. And we have a substitution here for Wigan. It looks as if Mark Preston is injured. He's going to come off the field, and we've got a chance here for Stephen Frost to make his first team appearance. And it looks as if it's going to be a straightforward swap there. Stephen Frost is going to go on to the left wing as Wigan find touch inside the Leeds 25. Can they put pressure on this Leeds side now as Case drives forward aggressively towards that line? A build-up of play here, a successful ploy as Lucas drives hard. Certainly Wigan with their tails up now. They want to get back into this game. 4 points down. Here's the move. Dermer makes a mess of it, does he? No, he doubles back. The crowd looking for a knock-on as Gregory tries to find play. Finds Gildart. Gildart drives for the line, but too many Leeds players there. And he's lost the ball, so sadly a chance gone there for Wigan. Bacco drives away from acting halfback. Chance for Wigan to keep them here, but Waddell is strong. And Platt and Betts make the tackle there, but Leeds gradually getting away from the danger zone. They've pulled out about 15 yards from their own line. Offside, says Mr. Whitfield. Dennis Betts it was. You've got to be directly behind the player, and here we see the injured Mark Preston coming off the field down here on the touchline, being helped off by the two physios. So sadly Preston off the field and Frost as a replacement. Waddell driving through Casey's tackle. Lucas and Dermot bring him down though. Leeds playing it wide from the second play, and Schofield's in space, Stevenson in space, and Gibson on that right hand side. Good cover though from Gregory and from David Marshall. Marshall again making the tackle with Byrne. Strong Leeds play now, moving onto the ball at pace with strength. But the play halted now, that long pass to Heron, and Heron wanted it moving, but it was a bad pass for Leeds. Wigan make the defence. There's the inside ball. Leeds bunching up in that middle of the field, and Wigan keeping them out. As the ball goes to Byrne, Byrne's free, out to Frost for his first touch of the game. Stephen Frost in possession for the first time. Ashton not allowing him to play the ball. Penalty, says Mr. Whitfield. Gregory it is, calling the tune. He's setting the move up after this ball goes into touch, which it does, on the left hand side, just outside the Leeds 25. Tap will be on the 10. It'll be a drive from Lucas. Lucas goes in, drives hard and straight and aggressive. Makes a good 10 yards ground there. Second drive from Case. So we've had two drives close to the ruck from the Wigan side. Gregory now in at first man, wanting to move the ball. He does with Gildart, but Gildart knocks on. So twice Wigan have set up the move, but unfortunately lost the ball on both occasions when they're in with a chance of performing one of their set moves. So scrum down, Ashton feeds, comes back on the Wigan side. Gregory finds Byrne on this left hand side. Byrne tries to go outside Schofield, but Wigan in possession, which is the important thing, and that's a penalty to Wigan. Schofield interfering with the play of the ball. Gregory's going to take the tap. Edwards comes across to confirm what's going on. The move is set on. In fact, Gregory hands it to Martin Dermott. Dermott it is who takes the tap. Lucas tries for the corner. He's strong. He's over. He's over for a try. The young second row forward took the ball from Martin Dermott, drives for the corner and scores a try. Wigan are level at 10-all. Coach Graham Lowe instructing his players on the field there, saying probably we've got 8 minutes left of play and I want to tighten up on a certain area. Hanley talking to the bench here, wanting information. In fact, he's got a damaged finger by the looks of it. And Lowe, Graham Lowe, talking to Ellery Hanley as Keith Mills tapes up the injured finger. And in the meantime, we've got Andy Gregory lining up the kick on the left hand side. It's just about a foot in from the touchline. This would be a tremendous kick if Andy Gregory could get it over. He kicked it right footed. He's kicked it well, but it goes off to the right hand side. And Gregory waving to the crowd there. But the score level here at Headingley. Leeds 10, Wigan 10. 2 tries have been scored by both sides, and Stevenson has converted 1 goal for Leeds, and Andy Gregory with a fine conversion from the right hand side. 1 for Wigan as Schofield kicks off. Dennis Betts controls it with his foot. And that's kicked through by Hugh Waddell. That's gone into touch, so that's going to be a scrum. Both players, of course, allowed to play the ball with their feet as he plays the ball. And that time Waddell doing it successfully, but it's going to be a scrum down. And Gregory it is who takes control. A long ball out to Hanley. Hanley looking for the gap, finds Russell, but Russell apparently knocked on, but referee Whitfield said he went backwards. Stevenson buys the dummy from Edwards. Edwards makes some ground. So as the crowd appeal against that decision from Robin Whitfield, it's Wigan who take advantage, and Dermott goes in for the ball, but Heron rips it out. Byrne going a little high there on Schofield, and Schofield and Byrne clinging for possession. Referee Whitfield saying Byrne not allowing Schofield to play the ball, and you can see his mouthing, get away, get away. And certainly Byrne followed Schofield very closely today, although both have got number 3s on the back. It's Byrne who's been marking Schofield as Waddell drives through Gildart. Gildart tackling low, Betts finishing it off. Leeds building up the pressure here on the 25, but that in disarray as Ashton finds no runners at all, and he has to take the tackle. Richard Dunn driving away. No support for him though, as Leeds set it up on the left hand side. Backo strong, he offloads back to Lyons. Lyons picks it up inside to Heron, but the intricacies were there, but so was the Wigan defence, and they're holding them out, and they'll have to do with just 5 minutes left for half time. As that kick from Lyons is picked up by Marshall. Marshall just gets over the goal line, so Wigan in possession, desperately close to their own line. Richard Russell drives away, and these are desperate situations, desperate time now for Wigan as they try and hang on here. It's 10-all. We've got 3 or 4 minutes left for play in this first half, but the Leeds defence meeting Wigan here now and keeping them back close to their line, and that's another mistake, but it's gone backwards. Edwards finds space and finds Betts. Betts looking for play, he's strong, but he pushes the ball and Schofield picks it up. But Betts being a little adventurous there, and there's a penalty against Gerard Burns, it would seem, in that tackle. Ellery Hanley smiling. Robin Whitfield didn't think it was too serious. Schofield, I'm sure, will get up. It's the sand bucket and not the cold water bucket that's coming on the field, so Schofield obviously all right, and the indiscretion there perhaps could cost Wigan 2 points as Stevenson lines up another kick at goal from almost the same position as he first of all missed and then secondly converted the 2 attempts that he's had previously. Stevenson playing at left centre for Leeds today. Lines the kick up, kicks it well, but this time it's to the right hand side of the post, so Wigan breathe a sigh of relief. It's still 10 points all here in this very exciting game at Headingley. Just coming up to half time. Andy Gregory it is to drop out from the 25. He kicks deep to Ettinghausen. PT, as he's known here at Headingley, comes to grief in Casey's tackle. Waddell met by Lucas. And good strong Wigan defence again, apart from a few incidents early on that the Wigan defence has held out very well indeed against this very powerful unit. And indiscretions like that, there's certainly an advantage to Wigan. There's Dennis Betts up quickly in the tackle, puts pressure on. So Wigan moving it on this side. Gregory Dummies loses the ball in Powell's tackle, picked up by Byrne, inside to Edwards. Play on, says referee Whitfield, as the ball goes backwards. So still in possession as Hanley takes play across the field. Hanley strong, but too many Leeds players there. Organising play for Backo to aim midfield. He offloads in the tackle. Lyons has got strength and ability as he brings Schofield inside, but this time Schofield not able to go over. He's scored those 2 tries earlier on, but not that time as Byrne and Edwards make the tackle. Betts in hard on Backo, but Backo again gets rid of that ball, this time to Lyons, onto Ashton. Ashton caught by his opposite number, Gregory. This is last tackle. Schofield picks it up. He's strong. He offloads it back to Stevenson. Leeds still keeping it alive. Wigan desperately defending. And that is the last tackle. Leeds really stretching this Wigan defence on that occasion, but holding out. Wigan possession now after that last tackle. And they'll want to just hang on, I think, to half-time. But in fact, they're in play as Russell feeds Betts outside on that right-hand side. Good adventurous play from these young Wigan players. And Hanley driving another 10-15 yards forward. This is pounding news for the Wigan side, and of course the many fans who've travelled over today. Hanley slowly gets up, moves it on to Dennis Betts, who's had a good strong game for one so young. Last tackle back to Gregory. We're into the last minute of this game, of this half. Spencer collects well again, as he has done all afternoon for Leeds. We're almost up to time now as Brooke Cowden takes the tackle, and there goes the half-time hooters. You can see Wigan, after a desperate first quarter of an hour when Schofield went over for 2 tries and put them 10 points to nil up, have fought their way back bravely in the latter half of this first half. At half-time then they go in with the score at 10 points each.
We're now going to have the draw for £1,000 for the Leeds at Lloyd's gift.
So referee Robin Whitfield eventually arrives after half-time. Both teams been on the pitch a full minute in waiting for him. Signals to the timekeepers, blows the whistle, and away we go for the second half as Gregory kicks off with the score at 10 points each. And Wigan playing into what breeze there is. It's as if there has been a slight change as Edwards is up at play, and we've got Richard Russell back here at fullback, and Waddell, dangerous as ever, trying to get rid of that ball in the tackle, but good Wigan tackling on that occasion. And Wigan will need to sustain this defence against this side, who are looking, this Leeds side are looking very good in attack in the first half, and tackling like that will certainly give them second thoughts about moving that ball. As the ball goes back to Lyons, and it looks like Stephen Frost is going to get his second touch of the ball. It went backwards, says referee Robin Whitfield. It certainly did. So the ex-St Jude's player there, feeling the heat of first team rugby at Wigan against this Leeds side, and Frost it is again, getting into the play. A good generous round of applause from the Wigan supporters as they set up this move on the right hand side. Edwards has come infield to number 6 by the looks of it, but he's dodged back inside, taking some pressure from the Leeds defence as they moved up quickly. Looks like Hanley has gone into the centre, and this time Gregory goes back inside. So both halfbacks cut back inside on the last 2 plays as we come to the last tackle here. Russell kicks it upfield, coming in as Spencer takes the ball again, as he has done most of this game. Had a faultless first half. And just to confirm that lineup, yes, it looks as if Richard Russell has gone to full-back, and Edwards and Hanley will be playing probably 6, and in the centre alternately. There'll be times when Ellery will be 6 and other times when Sean Edwards will play 6. So a tactical switch on coach Graham Lowe's part here at half-time. Schofield gets the kick blocked down, Hanley's back there, a nasty spinning ball, he picks it up, pushes Ashton away if he wasn't there, pushes Medley off and pushes Heron, but Heron eventually gets hold of Hanley and forces him down. Lucas, the scorer of that second try for Wigan, in the corner. bringing the scores to 10-all. Wigan moving it wide again, trying to find the gaps, and Hanley's there in space, supported by Edwards again. Good interplay from the two Great Britain players, but a good tackle from Powell spoils Wigan's day, and Platt showing some strength up that left hand side. An encouraging start for Wigan as Gregory punches the ball upfield, but again the taking of the ball at the back, this time by Ettinghausen, who's got pace. Edwards recovering though, makes the tackle with Byrne and eventually with Lucas, but that's a penalty to Leeds. Lucas pleading innocence, but referee Robin Whitfield having none of it. So having kicked the ball down to that Leeds 25-yard area, Ettinghausen it was who was driven out, and because of the penalty Leeds now pressing and advancing in the Wigan half. Waddell again getting rid of the ball, but losing it, and Dermot, rather the braver of the two there, he it was who went in for that ball. Ashton hung off. Wigan possession. Platt driving strong. Gibson makes the tackle, but determination there on Andy Platt's face as he hit the ball up this right hand touch line. Picked up well by Betts. Russell coming into the line, but good defence from Leeds. Certainly a lot of star players on view today. Good quality English rugby league players, intersprinkled with one or two Australians. So really a great occasion here at Headingley. The two top sides, and Gregory prompting, bursting through there, Case in support, but not quite able to get the pass away on the last tackle. Edwards in for the kick, but again Spencer securely picks it up. Strong gets the ball away in the tackle, and here's somebody with pace. Gregory finds him though, and that surely must have gone forward. Yes, it did. Mr. Whitfield has seen it. The pass went forward on the first tackle there. Ray Ashton being spoken to by some of his colleagues about losing possession on the first tackle. It's going to be a scrum down. Wigan feed, Andy Gregory. Good Wigan possession here. Set move as Edwards goes on his own and finds the gap. Look, Ellery in support. Burns got possession. He manages to keep the ball alive, and Frost has to go back to pick it up. But a fine break from Sean Edwards there from the scrum. Still keeping the pressure up. Wigan in the Leeds 25. A chance for them to swing the ball wide as Hanley takes the ball on the burst. Finds Byrne. Byrne finds Marshall, unable to pick the ball up. Byrne attempted to move that ball under pressure. He managed to get it away, but unfortunately it went to ground, and Marshall unable to pick it up.
Come on, Leeds, sort yourself out.
But both sides treating the crowd here to some exciting play. We've seen the ball move wide on many occasions by both sides, and we've also seen the power and the ability of players like Sam Bacco as he drives in there. One of the few occasions he's not been able to get rid of the ball in the tackle. As Heron instigating, finds Ettinghausen, but that ball goes forward. Play on, says the referee. It hit a Wigan player and it's gone backwards, and Marshall did well to drive back onto that ball, and Russell drives away from acting halfback to gain ground as the Wigan pack assembles itself, repositions, and now Gregory is out there at first man organising the tune. The two halfbacks in possession. Edwards tries to find the gap. The pass to Betts was up, scored by a Leeds player, so he took the ball in on his own. Gregory switching the play. It's a long ball out to Marshall. Stevenson comes across, and Stevenson good enough to make the tackle. Gregory trying to find a hole in the Leeds defence, but running around, and eventually the ball goes forward. He's not happy about it. He's talking to Mr. Whitfield. Mr. Whitfield pointing an accusing finger at him. as Ashton feeds, and that ball didn't seem to go in the scrum, but obviously referee Whitfield's going to allow any sort of play to go on. Ettinghausen comes into the line, finds Schofield, but that's knocked on and picked up by Hanley. Schofield chases back. As Medley came high in the tackle, Hanley gives him a gentle tap, but Wigan's still in possession. Betts had a good strong game. This young second row forward drives hard up the left hand side. Again, Wigan trying to stretch this Leeds defence as Russell puts the ball out to Marshall. Momentum's lost though as Leeds cover back in numbers and Marshall has to come back inside. But certainly it seems that the instructions have been, we're going to get this ball wide. Platt it was, took the ball well, but forward, says Mr. Whitfield. Platt timing his run superbly then. He took that ball in the gap, but fractionally forward, says Mr. Whitfield. So we're going to have the scrum down. Ray Ashton to feed. It certainly seems as if Mr. Whitfield is happy for the ball to come out of the scrum anywhere or be put in anyhow as Wigan drive over that ball, but Ashton picks it up. Overlap on this side. Byrne backpedaling. Marshall comes in as Gibson comes inside. Gregory meets him, but Gibson's equal to it. And it has to be a fine cover tackle from Edwards to bring Lyons down as Leeds have the overlap on the right. Good play from Leeds, but good tackling from Stephen Frost brings the international centre down. It's Wigan's turn to defend now as Leeds pile on the pressure, the crowd urging them on here. Good interplay, Powell desperately trying to get the ball away. Wigan defending well. There's Gibson inside, there's Russell. Fine tackle from the fullback. But still this Leeds pressure. Overlap on that side, Bacco goes for the post. Great tackling from Hanley. Last tackle to Leeds. Schofield tries to go to the ball, flicks the ball back. The ball goes down on the floor. That's offside, says Mr. Whitfield. Relief on the faces of the Wigan players. Hanley is down on the floor, Russell's down, Brian Case is down. Let's hope the injury is not too serious. Referee Whitfield says get on with the game. Gildart drives the ball out while Hanley receives treatment. We play on. Wigan in possession inside their own 25. Dermot recovering from a bad knock a moment ago, gets the ball away in that tackle. An exciting game here at Headingley. 10 points all is the score. Both sides dedicated to the task of winning this game. And the young Wigan players standing in for those internationals, doing their side and their team great justice as Dermot puts it away to Betts. Betts tries to get the ball away. Stevenson blocks the ball in the tackle, and that came to naught. Henley recovered. A bang on the head apparently, but he's recovered well and looking strong. But it takes two Leeds players to bring him down on the last tackle. Edwards at acting half-back. Ball to Gregory. Gregory controlled, kicks that ball upfield. Ettinghausen it is, with pace and strength. Tries to run outside, but no joy there as Edwards brings him down. If anything, Leeds looking a little bit bedraggled now, perhaps. The big forwards looking a bit tired. But there, Waddell makes good ground for Leeds. And again, Frost on that left wing for Wigan makes the tackle, but Heron getting the ball away and Powell trying to get it away. So Wigan need to defend again desperately here. Overlap on this side. Stevenson in play. Flicks the ball to Gibson. Gibson loses the ball. Pressure from Andy Gregory. And Wigan breathe again. When wriggling free, but just unable to get away from Bacco there. And he's looking a bit tired. He's only come into this game in bursts now as he jogs back slowly to that 5-yard marker. But there's one boy who's looking strong, Ian Lucas. Wigan still only just outside their own 25. Hanley meets the tackle of two there. Leeds defending well, and the ball's lost. Referee Whitfield on the spot. That's going to be a scrum. Well, the scrum, apart from one early one, have gone with the feed. Martin Dermott got one very early on, but not that time as Leeds win possession. They've got to move on wide out. Lyons tries to go outside Edwards, but Byrne comes in successfully to make the tackle. Heron being the playmaker for Leeds for many seasons. That time there's no joy. Out on that right hand side, Spencer in the line. In fact, Ettinghausen is playing at fullback. Spencer's on the right wing for Leeds. Heron tries to make the gap, still with possession, but good tackling from Dermott and from Sean Edwards. An overlap on this left hand side. Can Wigan keep them out? Ettinghausen comes into the line, but again tremendous cover from this Wigan side, keeps Leeds out. On the last tackle, Ashton tries the kick up, that's high, and that's caught. Referee Whitfield's on the floor. He's looking at his touch judge. He can't give a decision unless his touch judge gives it for him. Is there an obstruction? There's a lot of confusion. The linesman has said that that wasn't a try. Referee Whitfield was on the floor. He was knocked down in the onrush. And Wigan come out from their own 25. Stephen Frost on that left wing. Adventurous play from Wigan. After that narrow escape there, the ball was kicked up high. Referee Robin Whitfield was on the floor. He was in no position to give the try. He conferred with his touch judge. The touch judge said no try, and that was it. Again, wide ball from Wigan. Platt running wide, runs into Lyons, but Lyons makes the tackle, albeit high on Andy Platt. Edwards sells the dummy, tries to go for the gap, but closed very quickly by Waddell. Gregory this time. There's the ball, a long one out to Marshall. Marshall steps inside, and a good run from the young winger on the right hand side. But we're on the last tackle here. Gregory saying let's have the ball wide. In fact, he chips it over the top. Ashton's waiting for him, takes the ball cleanly, but now a chance for Wigan to defend once more as Leeds try and build the pressure up. Platt up quickly, but Medley equal to it. Paul Medley, of course, a very fine second row forward, coming on as substitute. He's got plenty of pace, but that time not going anywhere, and neither was Waddell as Lucas makes the tackle. Good interplay from Leeds, but the knock-on from Ettinghausen sees Richard Russell driving through, but Gibson too quick for him there as Gildart gets back quickly in defence. He's worked hard all game today. These two young second row forwards really done a powerful stint for Wigan as Wigan move the ball wide again. Edwards changes direction, comes inside and finds Platt. Good Leeds defence. Switch of play again. This time Gregory finds the perfect touch. A beautiful astute kick up this right hand side. And Wigan, if anything, looking certainly eager, perhaps even more eager than Leeds. Their defence powerful and still very aggressive as they move up quickly on the Leeds players. Medley tries to drive through. Good tackling though again. This time from Dennis Betts and Ian Gildart. Leeds having the wind in this half, and that kick from line, stretching Richard Russell. And Russell's on his own against four Leeds defenders as they move up on the kick. He has to play the ball. David Marshall will drive away as Wigan reassemble, reform their line. Still just 10-all with 20 minutes left for play in this second half. There have been no points scored so far in the second half. Those first 4 tries coming in the first half, but here's one man who can score. He pushes off one, pushes off another. A fine run from Ellery Hanley. The sort of running that made such a name for him in Australia this year. Marshall has to go up the right hand side, but Stevenson blocks him off. We're on the last tackle. Gregory in position at first man as Ashton tries to get him up quickly. He finds Edwards, and still a chance here for Wigan as they move it wide. There's an overlap on that left hand side. Byrne brings Frost inside, but Frost meets a posse of Leeds defenders and the chance is lost. It's the last tackle. It's a handover for Leeds. Again looking a little bit in disarray. Bacco not running with any real authority there, and he's certainly a Leeds player who looks tired. But one who's kept going for most of the game, that's Waddell. As Gildart again comes across the field, makes the tackle on Hugh Waddell. But Betts just mistiming that one, and Hanley mistiming that one as Leeds keep possession, but the ball goes backwards. And Medley, who's got pace, goes down that right hand side but loses the ball. And referee Whitfield has said that's gone forward. The Leeds crowd obviously thought it didn't, but he's the man in charge. He's the one who makes the decisions, and he's not one to be swayed by any crowd. Is Mr. Whitfield. So a chance for Wigan again. 10 yards inside their own half as Gregory wins that ball at the scrimmage. Russell comes into the line, dummies to Schofield and puts Hanley away. Ettinghausen gets back, and still Byrne in possession here for Wigan as they keep it alive. Platt it is who hits the defensive line, but Ashton brings him down. So good play from Wigan there as they kept the ball alive when they took it from that scrimmage. Case drives in, turns to look for support, but the pass is blocked on the second tackle. Gildart driving aggressively forward as Wigan drive their way towards the Leeds 25. Edwards finds Dennis Betts, but no way forward there. And Gregory tries to drop goal from 30 yards out. He's just drifting wide of the left hand post. So a great pity there, that right footed drop goal from Andy Gregory, just fading as it hit the wind fairly high up and goes drifting by the left hand post. Referee Whitfield having to retrieve the ball as Leeds in possession on their 25-yard tap. Waddell meets Byrne, but Byrne unable to take him. Waddell gets rid of the ball. Richard Gunn picks it up, finds Ashton. Good cover though from Ian Lucas, making the tackle. As Wigan move up on that left hand side on Bacco. He's strong though, and keeps the ball alive, gets it away to Medley. Medley slows down though, and Frost and Hanley into the tackle. And the ball is taken by Frost from Medley. Referee Whitfield says play on. So Wigan in possession. Edwards finding all roads cut off, has to double back inside. Sidesteps off both feet, but eventually comes to ground. Well, both sides have shown tremendous defence, particularly in this second half. And players have had to turn back inside because the avenues have been cut off wide out as Lucas finds the gap and finds Hanley. Hanley it was who took that pass from Brian Case in the first half, scored that spectacular try to put Wigan back into the game as Platt takes the ball superbly. Betts it is, running through, finds Byrne. Byrne loses possession. Ball goes down. What a great piece of rugby from Wigan, but an unfortunate drop of the ball. That's going to be a penalty to Leeds. Referee Robin Whitfield sending his touch judge off, telling Wigan to stand back. Ashton it was who took the brunt of that, and he's the injured man, but he's quickly on his feet, so nothing too serious. So Schofield finds touch on the left hand side. Still 10-all. Bacco's been taken off the field by coach Malcolm Reilly. Brooke Cowden it is, in fact, who's come off. And it looks as if Brooke Cowden is going to replace Steve Bacco when they can get him on the field. But in the moment, Leeds in possession just outside their 25. Lions not finding anywhere to go. The Wigan defence holding on. And the closer it is to this final whistle, I'm sure the more Wigan will try. But Wigan desperate here as they overlap as Powell does the dummy. Dermot comes across. He misses the tackle. Ettinghausen in the line. Marshall. Great tackle there from Russell first of all, and secondly from David Marshall. But Schofield goes in for his hat-trick. A powerful Great Britain player takes the ball from acting half-back and forces his way over in that left-hand corner to complete his hat-trick and put Leeds into the lead by 14 points to 10. And we've got a substitution, I think, probably on the Wigan side as well. We've got David Ingram warming up just in front of us here. Number 15 for Wigan. Looks as if he's going to come onto the field for Brian Case, the number 10, as David Stevenson lines the kick-up on this left-hand side of the field, 3 or 4 yards in from the left-hand touchline. This would be the cushion that Leeds have been searching for all this second half, but Wigan defence held them out. For Stevenson from the right hand side, kicks it well, kicks it high, and that's a fine 2 points for Leeds, puts them ahead by 6 points at 16 points to 10. As we see a double substitution, we've got David Ingram coming on for Brian Case and Mark Brooke Cowden coming in for Sam Bacco on the Leeds side.
This afternoon's attendance 15,315.
And if you didn't hear the latest announcement from the loudspeaker, it was to say, as Andy Gregory kicks off here, that the crowd here is 15,315. A crowd which has been treated to a very spectacular piece of rugby here today by both sides. Some fine defence on occasions, and certainly some fine attacking play to produce 5 excellent tries, as Leeds now in their own 25. As David Ingram gets his first taste of the play. And certainly this Wigan side having a very youthful look about it. Certainly the pack must be one of the youngest first team packs that they've ever put out here. Lucas tries to put pressure on Lyons, the kicker, but that's a deep kick with the wind as Stephen Frost gets back there. A posse of Leeds defenders brings him to the ground though, and Hanley takes it from acting halfback, dummies twice, finds space on this right hand side. Edwards straightens up, goes into the gap, almost through Ashton's tackle there, but good play from Wigan again, adventurous play, keeping the ball away from the large forwards, and Ingram makes the gap, but he finds Gibson inside. And Gibson it is who's made the break, finds Schofield, forward pass to Jeffrey Whitfield, but dangerous play from Leeds there, as Ingram tried desperately to get that ball away in the tackle on the right hand side. Gibson it was who spotted the pass, and his break midfield just held, but trying to get the ball away to Schofield. The pass went forward. Wigan in possession again from the scrum. Henley switches play, finds Edwards. Edwards comes back inside again, and is brought to a standstill by Lyons. Lucas finding Ingram. Ingram meet Stevenson and Paul Medley. And Stevenson holding on to him as he went down. Good play from Byrne, driving forward again. Wigan want that ball moved wide. Dermot with a run around. Platt hits the ball, tries to get the ball away in the tackle, but there's so often in this game there have been tremendous defence on both sides. Switch of play from Wigan between the halfbacks. Marshall has to pick up a bouncing ball there. The ball ripped out though by Brooke Cowden. Brooke Cowden is who gets up with the ball. And Richard Gunn drives away for Leeds, but certainly Wigan not out of this game. They've got plenty of time as long as they can get some possession and build up the play. We've got 11 minutes left. Leeds with that cushion of 6 points. As Medley gets the ball that way down to Gary Spencer on that right wing. Wigan need to hang on here, but there's a respite for them as Ashton misses that ball. Heron instigating. Ettinghausen dummies. Finds Stevenson. Stevenson strong. Gregory makes him tackle though. Ball comes inside. Gibson's a yard over. So that's out of play. And as you can see, referee Whitfield is going to indicate a scrimmage as Andy Gregory walks slowly towards the play. Can Wigan summon up some energy for this last 10 minutes? Question about the quality of the ball there, probably a little bit flat. Now we've got a new one. Referee Whitfield happy with the scrimmage. Wigan win possession again. Inside, Byrne comes, and he's bursting through. He's got pace, he's got Henley inside him. Schofield obstructing, Ettinghausen's also got pace. The ball flicked back. Henley recovers, and there's Edwards on that side. He gets round Ettinghausen. Richard Russell inside. Good defence from Leeds, but superb play from Wigan. Still in with a chance in this game. 10 minutes left to play as they move it wide on this side. Gregory takes it in. No overlap was there. Platt tried to hit the gap, but Gregory takes the tackle, and we're back in the Leeds 25, just 10 yards short of the line after that fine break from Byrne. And here's another chance on that side. Schofield almost intercepts, but could have knocked on. I can't say anybody would have caught Schofield. The Wigan 4 players were all going forward. Schofield sold the dummy to Hanley, and Hanley, who surely knows Schofield as well as most players, having played with him on many occasions, would almost have bought the dummy himself, but the ball was knocked forward. Thankfully for Wigan, there's another substitution here as Gary Lord comes on for Paul Medley, who took a knock in the tackle a moment ago. Here's chance for Wigan again. Hanley, tackled by Schofield. Took the ball standing still, and Hanley surely is his most dangerous when he's moving with power and aggression, as is Platt. But he's brought down, and Wigan need a score here if they can. Good sleight of hand from Andy Gregory there as he worked the run around with Ian Gildart. And again, wide play. A good ball to Hanley from Edwards, but a fine tackle from Spencer as he came in from that right wing. Wigan keeping the play alive. There's gaps on that side. Edwards chipped it through, but no. That's well taken again by Leeds. And that man, Spencer, who had a faultless first half at fullback, and since his appearance on the wing, and that's Stevenson in play, pushes off Byrne. There's Platt covering across, and Platt brings off the copybook tackle. All good. Back row forwards take note. A tremendous cover tackle from Andy Platt. Stops Stevenson in full flight. As Powell juggles but takes possession again and wriggles out of one tackle and another, and another one. And that's the sort of form that this second row forward has shown before he went on tour. Perhaps didn't produce it on the tour, but shows that he is a capable performer. And this young Wigan side have done very well indeed to keep Leeds down to just that 6 points advantage. As Heron recreates to Schofield. And Schofield's in space. He's going to run round Russell and score. What a tremendous try. A piece of magic from Gary Schofield. He scored his 4th try as he sidestepped in space. Sidestepped again of his right foot to leave Richard Russell at full-back for dead. He goes over to the left-hand side, creating a magical day for him. And really a try from nothing as far as Leeds are concerned. So it's Stevenson once again to attempt to convert Gary Schofield's 4th try, and perhaps one of the tries of the season, a pure piece of magic from the international centre. Right-footed, that's over. 22 points to 10, Leeds in the lead here with just 5 minutes left for play here at Headingley. It's been a great game, and although perhaps Wigan unable to take the spoils today, they certainly have worked very hard indeed. Defensively tremendous, and 1 or 2 occasions causing havoc with some fine attacking play. The announcement of the man of the match award, Gary Schofield it is. I don't think anybody in any doubt. Scorer of 4 tries as Gregory kicks off once again for Wigan. And the young pack trying to get to grips again in defence as they move forward onto David Heron. They've worked manfully all match. Heron having a little bit of an altercation there with Ian Lucas. Referee Whitfield awarding the penalty to Wigan and saying that it was Heron who was the offender. Gregory calling the tune, puts the ball into touch, setting the play up now. So let's see if Wigan can, in these last few moments, narrow the margin, which is at the moment 12 points, as Lucas drives forward. He scored in that first half, remember, from a similar drive, but this time it's midfield and not to the corner. And the wide ball 2 out as Platt takes it inside and drives towards the post with support, but unable to get away from this tight Leeds defence. So 2 plays we've had. Gregory goes on his own, flicks it back inside to Dermot. Dermot finds space and finds Edwards, keeping the ball alive on that left-hand side. Good interplay by Wigan, and Frost is going to go over for a try in the corner. What a wonderful piece of play, and what a great reward for Stephen Frost, who's hardly put a foot wrong since he came on. What a dream day for him as that ball was flicked out. Beautiful handling on that left-hand side, really flick passing, and there Frost it was who picked it up and dived over in that left-hand corner to score a try for him and bring back Wigan once again into this game, if Gregory can convert this kick. And that must have been pulled left, judging from the reaction of that crowd. It was indeed. So with just about 2 minutes left for play and any injury time that referee Robin Whitfield may have brought into play in this second half, Wigan are down by 22 points to 14, so perhaps too much to ask to come away from this, but a fine try in that left-hand corner as Wigan kept the ball alive. Frost it was who finished it off. Schofield restarts for Leeds. Gregory takes well, links with David Marshall, but he says the ball taken off him by Brooke Cowden, and that could be a try for Richard Gunn, but Richard Russell makes the tackle, and Ian Lucas. Leeds again on attack now. Waddell tries to drive forward, but the young pack of forwards driving him out as Dennis Betts hobbles away with injury. Leeds still in possession as Gary Law drives for the line. A wide pass from Ashton to Lyons. Lyons fumbles but recovers, brings Schofield in. Surely Schofield's not going to score his 5th try, and it was young David Ingram who made sure he didn't that time. Leeds still in possession, and flick passing there from Brooke Cowden puts Stevenson in the clear. Stevenson gets Gibson away. Gibson tackle into touch. Good cover once again Great cover from Byrne and Gregory, and from the limping Dennis Betts. Forcing the scrummage on the 10-yard line. It'll be Wigan possession, but just 5 yards from their own line as Gregory gets the ball to Platt. Platt drives away from the scrum. Little time left here at Headingley, but it's been a great game and certainly a tremendous encouragement for the Wigan supporters that they've got some really young players who've given 100% for the side today. 22 points to 14 the score in Leeds' favour as Gregory makes a mess of it. The scrum goes down for the forward pass. And there goes the final hooter. Leeds are victorious. Wigan, though, not downhearted, I'm sure, with 8 international players not playing today. The young heroes have tackled heroically. They've lost by 22 points to 14, but certainly not been disgraced. Well, certainly an outstanding game here at Headingley, enjoyed by the 15,000 crowd, and perhaps Leeds just coming out stronger in the end. But one of the heroes of the Wigan side, particularly in defence, was loose forward and pack leader for today, Andy Platt. Well, Andy, disappointing perhaps not to get the 2 points here today, but leader of a very young pack of forwards. How did you think they performed today?
I think they performed very, very well, considering that besides myself and Brian Case, like the average age would be probably about 19, 20. Obviously, it was a big task for them to come to Leeds with Leeds having a full side out and get a win, but I think they did Wigan proud today, I thought.
Now you've got the semi-final next Wednesday, and hopefully we'll have at least 3 of the New Zealanders playing, so it looks as if you're going to give Widnes a scare.
Well, yes, obviously I don't know what the actual side's going to be, but obviously it's going to be a really big game on Wednesday night. I think the lads are looking forward to it. A bit of a setback today, but we will train on Monday and Tuesday, see who is fit, see which New Zealanders are fit, and then hopefully we'll get back to the business of beating Widnes in the semi-final on Wednesday.
Just on a general point, Andy, you've come from St Helens, obviously your hometown, you're playing at Wigan. Are you enjoying your game here?
Oh yeah, I mean obviously it's a little bit hard to settle in at first. Not just, I mean the playing wise it isn't too bad, but obviously a change of club, different people throughout the setup, just getting to know people and settling in, that's the main part. But I've been here over a month now, and I seem to be settling down into a pattern of playing and training, and I'm enjoying it immensely. I'm not that's nothing away from St Helens. I enjoyed the years I was there, but obviously I've come to a far more professional setup, and it's took a bit to settling in, but I'm happy now.
Well, although that was a disappointing result in a way for Wigan, losing 2 Leeds here and Leeds gaining the 2 points in the Championship, we look forward to Wednesday's game when we play against Widnes in the semi-final of the Lancashire Cup. With the New Zealanders back and hopefully 1 or 2 people who are on the injury list available, we're sure it's going to be a fine game. We'll get you that game on Thursday.